Welcome to the Reese Report. I am Andrew Reese, the mouth of the North, and we are back for our Week 5 NFL picks. I am joined, as always, by Jose Gomes to my left and Gil Santos to my bottom. Jose had a good week last week. He took over the lead with 10 wins. Me and Gil had 8. So Jose has a 1-game lead over Gil, and I am 5 back, hoping to catch up this week. I think I'm going to have a good week, but we'll see what happens.
You've been saying that every week. I don't think so.
I know. It seems like I can't get anything right. I lose games last second, but that's okay. You're never quite out of it in the NFL because crazy shit happens, like the Giants beating the Saints and the Jets beating the Titans, and just weird shit happens, okay? So we're going to see what happens this week, but let's get right into our picks. We're going to start off with the LA Rams and that fraud Matthew Stafford, who got his ass kicked by Kyler Murray last week at home, going to the Seabags, who are the most unpredictable team in the league right now. They gave it to our 49ers as once again Jimmy G got hurt and turned the ball over. We're not even sure who's going to start the game for San Fran, but we'll get to them. I'm going to start off with Gil. Who do you got in this one?
It was hard for me to pick, but I overcame what my idea was. LA Rams have a great front four, but Russell Wilson is a mobile quarterback. I think the Rams have a good front four, but Ramsey and stuff. But I think Seattle is going to pull it off at home. I think Russell Wilson runs bootlegs, gets Lockett down the field, and if he doesn't have Lockett, he'll go to the slots. They're a very good slot team. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take Seattle on this one.
Jose.
I'm going to take LA in this one just because they're coming off a bad defeat against the Cardinals. I think they should regroup and they have a better team. And last week, the Seattle played horribly the first half against the Niners. The Niners kept them in the game. And then in the second half, they scored a touchdown, and then they scored a touchdown off a turnover for the 49ers. So it's not like they were very convincing last week. And the offense was horrible the first half against the Niners. So I think LA with that defense should stop them, and I think Stafford is going to have a bounce back game and they'll win this game.
Big game. I got the Rams because they have the better defense, and Seattle's trying to outscore teams, and I don't think they can outscore the Rams. So I'll take the Rams to win this one. To the ugliest game of the week. Jose's favorite underdog team, the New York Jets, who upset the Tennessee Titans last week, and he didn't take them. So, that's how, and they go to play the absolutely horrible Atlanta Falcons, who I have not gotten right all year and have probably cost me 4 wins. Jose, I'll start with you with this ugly bowl. Who do you got?
I like the Jets in this one. I think they're going to be on the high off of a big win against Tennessee. I think they have a better defense than Atlanta. And Zach Wilson was impressive last week, and they're running the ball a little bit better, and Salah's getting that defense playing well. So I like the Jets in this one.
Go.
Well, this game is so bad that the way I ended up picking this game, I animated it. So they're playing in London. I pictured a jet in the air, and I pictured a Falcon going into the engine and bringing the jet down. So I'm taking Atlanta.
Okay, I've got the Jets just because I hate the Atlanta Falcons. No other reason. I just hate the Atlanta Falcons. I got the Jets. To our next game, we have the New Orleans Saints, who somehow found a way to lose to the Z-Men at home. Somehow. They go to Washington to play Heineke, who somehow found a way to beat the Falcons in Atlanta. Got no clue who's winning this game, but I'll ask Gil who he likes.
It's Washington's getting better. They were impressive, but it was a bad Atlanta team at the end of the day. But I'm going to say New Orleans just based off, never know what you're going to get from Winston. And they have Kamara. Like, to me, Kamara is one of the best running backs in the league. I think it'll be a Kamara field day for me. So I'm going to take New Orleans.
Jose.
I'm going to take New Orleans also in this one. I think they've been 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. So I think this week they should get that W. So they continues the trend. they're an inconsistent team. So is things. So I think the Saints in this one should win this one.
I'm going to take New Orleans because Washington's defense still gave up 30 to Atlanta, and their running game should keep Washington's offense at bay, and their defense should be able to keep Heineke at bay. I think New Orleans rebounds and finds a way to win this one, but I have no faith in Jameis Winston. So, but I'm going to take New Orleans. To my favorite game of the week. That's right. Gil Bay's Packers go to Cincinnati to play Joe Burrow. Oh, yes. What a game this is going to be. Gil, I don't even want to ask, but I'm going to ask this one. Who do you got in this one? This is a tricky game for you.
It is. I still think this is not the team that will take them down, so I'm going to still take Green Bay. It will be tough. Burrows and Chase might try to expose that secondary, the weak secondary the Packers have. But if I'm going firepower for Rodgers, I just think they're all the same page. Now they got Randall Cobb going in that Pittsburgh game. Randall Cobb got going too. Mm-hmm. So I just feel there's a good vibe in Green Bay right now. Besides that game, they bounced back and they look good.
Jose?
I agree with Gil on his points, but just like Burrow said, just give him the ball. Put the ball in his hands.
Do it, Jose.
I like Cincy in this one. Cincy, I think, is going to upset Green Bay in this one.
Do it, Jose. Just like you thought Pittsburgh was going to upset them too, right?
That's okay.
Tough game, but this is the type of game that Green Bay falls asleep and loses. So I'm actually going to take Cincinnati as well. Gil's right about one thing. Green Bay's defense is the most unconvincing defense I've ever seen. And Joe Burrow and that wide receiver, they should be able to take it full advantage. They got Joe Mixon at running back. I think they're going to win this game late, and Joe Burrow's going to arrive and beat Aaron Rodgers. So I got Cincy. Jeffrey Goff and the Detroit Lions go to play Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings, who are another team that's completely unpredictable. Jose, who do you got in this ugly game?
I like Minnesota in this one. I like Cousins to put up some points against the Detroit defense. I think they can run, they can throw the ball. So I like Minnesota in this one here.
Go.
For me, I just think Detroit's going to win this one. This is my upset of the week. I think Detroit upsets Minnesota this week. I just think Goff needed some time to, get going. They played that Bear defense. They were a turnover away from being that game. They got I believe it was an interception on the 5-yard line, and that game could have easily turned around. Mm-hmm. So I think Detroit, for me, I think this is the game they just snap out of it and they get that W.
Mm-hmm. They've played pretty decent. They haven't been terrible, Detroit, so not bad. Okay. Now we go to the team.
Who are you picking?
Oh, sorry. Did I not pick? Nope. I got Minnesota. I think they kind of have to win this game if they want to make the playoffs. I'm just going to take Minnesota based on that. No faith in Kirk Cousins, but Minnesota finds a way with their running game and their defense. To a team that me and Jose got horribly wrong last week and Gil got incredibly right. The Denver Broncos, who got their ass kicked by the Baltimore Ravens and their quarterback knocked out, go to Pittsburgh to play the equally awful Pittsburgh Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger, who can't move. He's like Gil Santos in net. He can't move. His knee goes out and then he can't move. So since I've said that, I'll go to Gil for this one. Who do you got in this ugly game?
Pittsburgh. I just went home team. Pittsburgh.
Jose?
I like Pittsburgh in this one. I think they have to win this game if they want to thinking of making the playoffs. It's in a very important game. Denver is playing their second string quarterback, Locke, and they disappointed me. And because of them, shout out to Anthony Malfer. I owe him $60 because of that stupid game.
Yeah.
And
you're welcome, Anthony, for convincing you.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking Pittsburgh because I hate the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to take Denver here, and I'm going to take Denver. There was a report that Bridgewater might practice this week and may be eligible to play. I don't think he will. Paxton Lynch, Drew Lock is the backup He's not horrible, but he turns the ball over a lot. I just think that Denver defense is going to get to Big Ben, and it's not going to be pretty. So I'm going to take Denver in a low-scoring, ugly game. The under's a lock if for you gamblers out there. I'm going to take Denver because I don't think that Baltimore game exposed them quite yet. To another ugly game, the awful Anthony Malfera. This one's for you, buddy. Your horrible, awful Tennessee Titans are going to the equally horrible Jacksonville Jaguars, who have a coach that likes lap dances. So I guess he's a winner there, but a loser on the football team. Jose, who do you got here? The Titans or the lap dance Jaguars?
Well, it all depends on the injuries, man. If they're gonna be without the wide receivers, then like I said, it all depends on the injuries. But I'll take Tennessee in this one. I just think they have the better overall team than Jacksonville, and so I'm taking Tennessee in this one.
Gil.
I agree. They still have Henry there. They're a great ground pounding team. I don't think all the wide receivers are injured like last week. I think they're getting one or two back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take Tennessee.
I don't think Tennessee can afford to lose this game. I don't think they will lose this game. I think they'll have their tails up, so to speak. And I think Henry gets the ball 30 times and they beat this disarray Jacksonville Jaguars team who's looking for their coach to resign and doesn't have any respect in the locker room. And the owner's coming out saying he needs to re-earn our respect. It's just a mess in Jacksonville right now. So I got Tennessee.
He wants to get fired so he can go coach USC.
I mean, it just seems like college coaches just don't have any success here. It just turns into a disaster. Even Nick Saban in Miami. So, I mean, Bobby Petrino, like the list goes on, just not good. Philadelphia, the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts, who the way the Cowboys are looking are not winning that division, Gil. They go to Carolina to play the Panthers, who got their butts kicked by Dallas last week. So back-to-back, these teams both got destroyed by Dallas. Jose, who do you got in this one?
I like Carolina in this one. I think last week, like you said, they got their asses kicked by the Dallas. But overall, they have a better team than things. So I'm gonna take thing on this one.
Gil.
Yep, I'm going with gunslinger Donald Darnold. Go to Carolina.
Yeah, I got Carolina in this one because, again, I don't want to say that their defense all of a sudden sucks because Dallas ran them over. I think the defense will rebound and they'll keep Jalen Hurts in check. So I got Carolina. I'm interested in Jose's pick in this one. The Miami Dolphins, led by Jacoby Brissett, go to play. Or sorry, what do you say? Oh, yeah, okay. So, all right. But anyway, Miami goes to play Tampa Bay and the GOAT in Tampa. I'm not sure this is a clean sweep, so I'm gonna wait on this one. Jose,
you think I'm taking Miami against Tampa Bay?
I think you're thinking about it, maybe.
No, you're crazy.
No, okay, all
Tampa
right.
Bay all the way.
All right. Gil.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I got Tampa here. They've got a lot of injuries. I am worried about Tampa Bay because their defense has so many injuries in the secondary. Gronk is out, and that clearly affected Brady last week, along with he was definitely nervous and emotional about playing that game. He was overthrowing guys. I think he gets over that and rebounds big time against Miami. So I got Tampa Bay. Well, now we go to New England, who somehow found a way to lose that game last week. Going to Houston. I don't even know who the quarterback's going to be because David Mills is just like over the hills. Can we say a clean sweep here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
think so, but I don't know.
Gil?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I got New England just because their defense, even though I know a lot of people love Mac Jones and a lot of people think he okay, you could say he outplayed Brady, but he's throwing 5-yard passes. So I'm not overly impressed with his game, nor the New England team, but it's still good enough to beat Houston. So I got New England. Oh, to my game of the week, the Chicago Bears, who today did the thing that I've been asking them to do all year and named the rebounding Justin Fields the starter for the rest of the year, goes to Vegas to play the very surprising Las Vegas Raiders, who came back, but then lost their secondary and lost to another upstart team in Justin Herbert's led Chargers. Tough game. Cleveland goes to the Chargers. Who you got, Gil?
I'm gonna take Vegas, and the reason why I'm taking Vegas is just they're a good home team, and we seen against the Chargers last on the Monday nighter. They came back. They had at the second half they played great. They came a little short, and Chicago to me, they're still iffy on offense. Justin Fields, we'll see. But I'm not gonna gamble on Justin Fields on this one. I'm gonna take Vegas.
Okay, so just in case I confuse people, it's Chicago against Vegas. Cleveland's playing the Chargers. I mixed them up a little bit there, but Jose, who do you got in the Chicago-Vegas game?
I like Chicago in this one. I think Chicago. I think they found the system for Justin Fields last week. I think they're gonna be running the ball more like they did last week. And as you can see, on Monday night, the Raiders are coming off a short week, so that plays into it too. And so I like Chicago and their defense in this one.
Okay, I'm going to take Vegas, and the reason I'm going to take Vegas is because the Chicago's running back Montgomery is out for 5 weeks. I think that's going to significantly hurt the Bears' offense. It will lead to the Vegas blitzing more. That will make the rookie a little bit more nervous, might lead to some sacks, and David Carr rebounds and wins at home. As Gil said, Vegas is a home team, so I got them winning this one. Now to the game of the week. The Browns, led by Baker Mayfield, go to play the Chargers, led by Justin Herbert. A very, very, very tough game. Who do you guys got here? Gil, who do you got in this one?
Well, judging by what I saw, even though Cleveland won last week, they didn't impress me at all.
No.
Like Baker Mayfield looked like a Baker. He should be like I don't know.
He wasn't baking much.
No, he wasn't baking nothing at all.
No.
He just lucky Minnesota sucks.
Yep.
But it was horrible. I don't see that team in no cylinders. There's no chemistry. They have the team, but a lot of overthrown balls, a lot of misplays. They get to the red zone. They just can't punch it in. And the Chargers is the opposite. Herbert gets that chance, and he finds a way to get in there. Mm-hmm. I'm taking the Chargers.
Jose?
I'm taking the Browns in this one. The offense didn't play well last week, but they're an offense that can click on any Sunday. I think the defense will keep them in the game. They have a solid defense. They'll put pressure on Herbert. So I like the Cleveland Browns in this one.
I'm going to take the Chargers, and I'm going to take the Chargers because I am, as Gil said, concerned about the return of OBJ has led to Mayfield going back to what he was before OBJ got hurt, where he's overthrowing the ball and he's spraying it around and not being as effective with OBJ in the lineup. I'm not blaming OBJ, but it just seems like he plays worse with him in the lineup. Their defense and running game is excellent, but that Chargers team, I was very impressed with what I saw. Bosa was all over Carr, and he'll be all over Baker. So I got the Chargers as long as they don't, screw up at the end and have 2 touchdowns called back by penalties. This is the game of the week for Jose and myself. Our San Francisco 49ers, who I've not named a starting quarterback for this week, it could be Jimmy G, it could be Trey Lance, go to Arizona to play Kyler Murray, who's the current MVP favorite, and the Arizona Cardinals, who just gave it to the Rams last week. I really hope they start Trey Lance because we get Trey Lance against Murray, which is what I want. I'm going to ask Gil first because I pretty much know where Jose is going with this one. So I'll ask Gil, who do you like?
No, before you ask me, I want to hear this one from Jose first.
All right, let's ask Jose first.
Why do you want to hear? What's so special?
I just want to hear what's going to come out of that mouth.
Nothing. I'm taking Arizona in this one.
Whoa. Okay. Interesting. All right. Any reason why?
I just think the Niners, the injuries on defense have caught up to them, and their secondary is weak. And so I think I see Kyler Murray having a field day on their secondary with Hopkins and AJ Green and all those wide receivers that they have.
Gil?
I wasn't expecting that, Jose, but for me, Arizona's going to have a field day. It's going to be horrible. What you expected to happen last week for your Tampa Bay to beat the Patriots, that was going to be a blowout. This is going to be a blowout.
Mm.
We're going to be watching Kyle Murray out in the schoolyard, just throwing downfield. This 49er team's going to have a chance on this game.
Mm. You know what? I'm very disappointed in Jose Gomes. I watched the San Francisco team beat Arizona last year in Arizona. I watched this Arizona team almost lose to Kirk Cousins and should have lost to Kirk Cousins at home. I got San Francisco hoping Trey Lance starts, and Arizona's going to be going in there all big letdown after kicking the Rams' ass. I got San Francisco to upset Arizona because it's a letdown game.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. To a rivalry game, a division game that a lot of people like, but I don't. The Z-Men, because that's what I'm going to call them from now on, because I've gotten them wrong every game this year, right? Too. The Z-Men, who somehow won in New Orleans last week, go to Dallas to play the Red Hot Cowboys, who just released Jalen Smith. Jose.
Cowboys. I'm riding with them until they lose. I think they're one of the hottest teams right now. Offensively, they've been smashing everybody, putting up 30-something points every single game. Their defense is looking a lot better, like every week. I think New York Giants got lucky last week against New Orleans, but watch out for Saquon Barkley because he's getting back into form now, and he's rushing and catching the balls and scoring touchdowns. Mm-hmm. But I think Dallas squeaks one out in this one.
Kill.
I agree with Jose. I'm going to take Dallas, but for some reason, when the Giants play Dallas, it always becomes like a different Giant team, no matter how bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a rivalry game. I guess the players take it differently, and they just I agree with Jose. Dallas is going to win, but I don't think they're going to really kill them because every time they play the Giants also end up keeping close. So I'm going to take Dallas.
I 100% agree with you guys. I got Dallas, but it will be close, and I expect Dak Prescott to be a little nervous in this game because, as you recall, he broke his ankle in 2 places the last time he played the Giants. So I expect a little bit more of a nervous Dak Prescott, and I expect for them to run the ball a lot more in this game than pass it. So I think it'll be close. And for whatever reason, Jones shows up in these games. I don't know. Daniel Jones has played well against the Cowboys. So, but I do have Dallas. To the game of the week for Ruben, if you're out there watching, this is your game of the week and probably the game of the week in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills, who have had a horrible schedule but have been kicking teams' ass, go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs, who have had a tough schedule, but have a horrible defense. Gil, who do you got in this one?
Well, this one's very tough to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Very tough to pick.
Yep.
As you can tell, I have it written down, but I'm still wondering. But I'm gonna go with Mahomes. I'm gonna take KC. He clicked with Tyreek Hill last week. I don't know. I just feel like they'll probably go down the field on Buffalo's a very good defensive field playing for the run, which KC hasn't used Hilaire a lot this year. So they've been probably 75% throwing team.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bills might have a little difficulty on that, but then so is KC with Josh Allen, right? So It's gonna be a fun game to watch, but I'm gonna take KC.
Jose.
I like Buffalo in this one. I think Buffalo's playing very well, and Josh Allen's playing MVP football right now. I think the defense is much better than Buffalo's defense. I think KC can put up points, but so can Buffalo. I think it's going to be a high-scoring match, but I think Buffalo wins it out in a field goal.
I've got the Bills getting revenge after losing the AFC Championship game to Kansas City. Kansas City's defense is god-awful, and until they fix it, I'm going to have a very difficult time picking them. So I've got Buffalo because I just don't think Kansas City is going to outscore Buffalo. And it'll be like a 1-point game. It'll be like that Baltimore game that was 36-35, something like that.
They gave up like 20-something points to the Eagles.
I know. I just think at some point you can't outscore all the teams you play. So I'll take Buffalo.
That's what I picked.
And now we go to the Monday Nighter, which is Indianapolis at Baltimore. I don't trust either one of these teams, but Gil, Who do you like in this one?
I'm sticking with Baltimore. I'm taking Lamar. Just a more of a mobile quarterback. Carson Wentz, even though they won last week, he still looks old. He doesn't move around.
Mhm.
Indy's still trying to find who they are.
Mhm.
I'm sticking with Baltimore.
Jose?
This was hard to pick, but Baltimore's looking pretty good lately, so I'm taking Baltimore in this one. But it's going to be a close, tough defensive game, but I'm taking Baltimore in this.
I'm taking the upset here. I'm going to take Indy. They're getting a lot of their players back this week. This was supposed to be a possible Super Bowl team, but they have a horrible quarterback. If he doesn't make mistakes, then Indy has a chance in this game. So I'll take a chance that he has one of his good games, even though he had a good game last week, and upsets Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. So I got Indy in this one. So that's our picks for no spread. Now we're going to give you our survivor picks of the week. I was 1-0, but I took the Bills. And I got made fun of for it. So I'm not going to pick the easiest game this week, guys. Jose picked the Rams, who got destroyed. And Gil, who did you take?
I took Tennessee.
Right, who lost to the Jets. So, and I guarantee you there were some teams knocked out last week in the survivor pool. So I'll start off with Jose. Who is your survivor pick this week?
New England.
Okay. Gil.
Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. And I'm going to take Minnesota. Minnesota is my survivor pick this week. Not the easiest game. So there you go, guys. I could have took Tampa, but I'm going to go Minnesota to make it a little more interesting. And now our spread pick of the week. Gil, who is your spread pick of the week?
I like the Detroit Lions to cover an 8.5.
Wow. There you go. Jose.
I like Buffalo covering whatever it is against KCI. I didn't get the spread, but I like Buffalo covering the spread.
You know what's funny? I was just going to look up the spread because that's also my pick. The Bills to cover and win outright at Kansas City. It is 2.5 Kansas City. So there you go. I also thought about taking Minnesota, but I think the line's too high. And as you can see, Gil took the plus. So I'm going to go Buffalo on that one for the spread pick of the week. So that's our picks for this week, guys. Please, as I always say, subscribe, share, and I'm going to call out Jose's soccer team because I only got one extra subscriber. So you guys who want shutouts and say you're going to watch and subscribe, I didn't see that last week. So Jose, you need to call them out right now.
Hey guys, subscribe, like, comment, or else you guys are gonna get excluded from the show.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And by the way, I'm also going to do this every show I do from now on. Anthony Malfera, you got a big mouth. You come to my pool, you say you want to call in, you want to go be on the show, and you never come on. So you know what? Every single time I do a show, I'm calling you out. Where are you, Malfera? You want to come on the show? You want to talk? You want to bet Jose stuff? Okay, come on here and talk. Add a little spunk to this show. Every time you don't come in, I'm going to call you out because I know you're watching.
He's still crying because his Tennessee lost to the Jets.
Just an embarrassment. I don't care if half their team was out. You don't lose to the Jets. So that's our show. Subscribe, like, share us, and we will be back. We are going to be doing a hockey preview coming up very shortly. But until then, I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese. This is Gil Santos, Mr. Devil down there. And we have 49er Jose, who finally went against his team this week. We're going to see how that works out because believe me, if San Fran wins, he's going to hear about it. But until...
Just like you against the Niners with the Eagles.
That's right. That's right. I did. But until next week, thank you for joining us. We will see you on the next Reese Report. Good night for now.